Erin Pungtilan Benitez.
Yeah.
And Danielle Lorian and Bukau Corpus.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if I say it slightly
No,
wrong,
no,
but
no,
I'll do my
no,
best,
it's
okay?
all nice.
Yeah. It'll get a laugh at least, right?
Yeah, my name is really long.
we can tuck them behind the tussock as well if you like. Is that for your speech? For everybody's speech.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I'm going to get you to come up before they do their vows. So if you'd like, you can bring it up then and then leave it here. Does that work? Okay. All right. You'll know when it's your time. I'll be like, simple as, all right? All right. Who's ready to get married? You guys? I hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Finally.
All right. Take a big, deep breath. Yeah. Remember that it is just us here, so you can relax and do what is comfortable for you. So if you get a little bit sick of holding your flowers, when it gets to the vows, for instance, you can put them down facing James, and then you can hold each other's hands because that
Okay.
might feel a little bit more natural. Okay?
You guys just make sure you guys are looking at each other.
That's right. Yeah. You might want to look at me. I know I'm handsome, but but you're marrying each other,
Yeah.
so yeah. Look at each other. Okay.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, yes.
Let's do it. Kia ora, Erin and Danielle. Today, amongst these rugged peaks of Aotearoa, you are standing side by side to unite your lives in the union of marriage. It's a huge decision, a huge milestone, and a lifelong commitment. It's not to be made lightly, and yet, as you stand here with one another, I'm sure that there is no doubt in either of your minds that there couldn't be anything more right than this right here. After many years growing together and sharing your lives, you've come so close together that you cannot imagine ever being apart. And today you're declaring to the world that what you have is irreplaceable and that you are both determined to spend the rest of your lives making it work. So, you're on a mountaintop overlooking some of the most beautiful scenery world over. You're with your absolute best friend and favorite person, looking better than ever, and you are lucky enough to be getting married. It would be hard to make this day any more perfect. The only thing that would have truly made this day perfect would be if your friends and family were here too. But hey, perfect is impossible, and 2020 had other plans. As much as they are sorely missed today, you know that they will all be thinking of you both and sending their love to you. And when you do see them again, you know that you're going to have one whopping great party. Spare a moment to think of all of your friends and family, but don't dwell in their absence. Allow yourselves now to think back to the very first day that you met as trainee nurses in the same hospital. Erin, having been there for some months before you, was excited to welcome some newbies so that he could pass all of his work over. But of course, Danielle, your friend, had different ideas. Good or bad, your friend's argument with the doctor that day made a lasting impression on Erin. It probably meant that by association, you started off on the wrong foot. And perhaps that is why it wasn't until 2 years later that you officially started to date. There was no denying that from your very first day, there was an attraction to one another. Erin thought that you were cute, and from day one, you were already crushing on him. But over the 2 years that you knew one another, you saw that there was much more than just a pretty face to each of you. When you did finally decide that you were dating, you had already learnt so much about one another. And it was oftentimes some of the most unlikely attributes that made you want each other even more. For Danielle, that was your relaxed attitude, that to her surprise made you all the more attractive. While other men may have given her gifts and wooed her with messages, you did not. Instead, you gave her space. You sent her a message from time to time, but essentially you left the ball in her court. Danielle, that freedom to know that every decision that you made in your early relationship was your own is indeed a beautiful thing. You never felt pressured, and in turn you learnt to appreciate Erin for nothing more than who he is. No gifts, No frills, just a relaxed, genuine, understanding guy. Your relationship hasn't, of course, been entirely void of gifts, though. Erin has always marveled at your selflessness and ability to surprise him with thoughtful gifts. Over your years together, you have come together and begun to take on aspects of one another. Erin, you knew it was love when you found yourself actually going out of your way to surprise Danielle for her birthday. She'd gotten you so smitten that you did something you wouldn't usually do just to see her smile and beam from ear to ear. Where you've made Erin more thoughtful in some ways, he has inspired you to embrace your sense of adventure. Bungee jumping, slingshots, sky swings. There is no way that you would have done those things if Erin hadn't given you the push that you needed. Relationships, they aren't always easy, and the same is said for marriage. But over your many years together, you haven't been spared your share of difficult times. In fact, it was just less than 1 month after you decided on your anniversary date that Danielle packed up her life and jet across the globe to Saudi Arabia. For many couples, so much long distance so early in a relationship would be a deal breaker. But for the two of you, those 2 years only made you stronger. Now, Erin says it's thanks to his hobbies at the time, being gaming, photo editing, and work. But what I really think is that the reason you made it work is because even though you'd been dating for less than a month, you had been building a deep respect for one another over a period much longer than that. Despite the distance, you kept in touch, you gave one another support, and ultimately you built a huge amount of trust in each other. They say that distance makes the heart grow fonder, and I'd say that that is definitely the case for the two of you. Yes, you've been apart, but thanks to that, it has only made it more incredible when you are together. In the Philippines, you spent your time traveling, meeting one another's families across the country, and seeing all of the beauty and diversity that your home has to offer. Now, of course, you're building your life here in New Zealand. When you're not working, you're spending your time adventuring, taking photos with Danielle often being the model, and just generally enjoying one another's company. Even if you're just staying at home, watching telly, so long as you are together, you are happy. Standing here now, as a result of your experiences together, you're strong, you're confident, and you're happy. With one another by your side, you are capable of anything. And in reality, you already have everything that is required for a long and happy marriage. Now, before I ask you to read your vows to one another, I would like to ask Teresa to come forward and share a few words on behalf of herself and your family members. It's got to look the part, right? What happened to Pocahontas? All right, we're going to swap. So if you'd like to take this and face that way.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to just hop that away.
Okay, be careful. Okay, let me just adjust my brightness. Oh my gosh.
Okay. It's your time to shine.
Hi everyone, my name is Teresa and I am the bride's baby sis. I can't believe that this day would come, but here we are. You in that beautiful dress. You look gorgeous, by the way, ate.
Thanks.
Well, thanks to me too. When we were young, I never thought that you're gonna marry someone because you were so choosy. You rejected all the boys who were trying to date you, and you had always something to say to decline them. But thanks to you, Kuya Erin, she finally get to have a partner. Thank you for coming into her life. Thank you for always putting up with her. I'm so happy that you were a part of my sister's life and a new member of our family. Finally, I get to have a brother whom I know I can trust my sister with. I hope you won't take her away from me because she's the only best friend I have who doesn't leave. My gosh. Congratulations, and may you put God at the center of your marriage life. And can't wait to have your babies. Okay, so Since our parents and guardians are not here, I'll just speak on their behalf by reading their message to you guys. First is, let me just look at my gallery. Is from your tita Tisay,
Your aunt. Yeah.
your aunt. Um, just imagine that I'm her. So here I am sending my message to the lovely couple. And let me tell you a story about my nephew John Erin as he is to tie the knot to her bride Dana. When I was notified by my sister, your mother, 31 years ago that a nephew will arrive soon, I was so excited. So excited that I promised my sister to help her in everything as well as to spoil her baby. I was a tagabit-bit or carrier during her pregnancy, moving from stores to another in Philippines, running from traffic jam in the streets of Recto and Quezon City, buying baby clothes, and accompanying her for her medical checkups. Sorry. I also recall fighting with her because she was so hard headed. She was always hiding at the back of the door just to eat foods that are prohibited. Well, foods that I forbid not by the doctor. Well, I cannot blame her for being hard headed because she was a nurse, so I understand where her argument was coming from because it was not my cup of tea. Unfortunately, she was taken away from us by our creator at a young age of 23. I was devastated. My sister left me with a big responsibility at the age of 20, not just a responsibility to the family but also to take good care of her baby. John Erin, your early years were full of sadness, but with strength and determination. And thankfully, you survived through it all. When you were 4, I had the opportunity to work in another country. I was worried that you can't stand alone without me. While I was away, you served as my inspiration that in giving me hope, determination that I can survive the life that I was experiencing that time. And thankfully, you grew up as a responsible little one. Clap, clap, clap. But you were mad at me at some times as you always call me the controller. And then you finished your studies, an accomplishment that deserves a big round of applause, and that's making me proud of you. And then you had your job, and now working and living in different country. So I guess being a controller was and is not bad at all. And now you're moving into another step of your life to vow a love forever to Dana under holy matrimony. Wish we were there, but this time I cannot control anything because of the pandemic. But I know that you two have already a big foundation of love that sets me at ease. And there is nothing more fulfilling in life to be part of this ceremony, even though I'm miles away. Wishing you all the best in your marriage life, my dear nephew. Your relationship is full of love and transparency, I know that for sure. Congratulations and God bless. And to Dana, welcome to our family and thank you for loving him. And then the next one,
Last one.
and then the last one is from from our parents. Dana, as your mother and father, we want you to let you know that you have brought us many joyful moments and memories. We remember when you were very active in your pageant days. Because of your passion, you were crowned as Miss Little Avon in our place. Then comes your elementary days and won again with some titles. We were so proud of you during those times and still proud of you, what you become nowadays. It has been our great joy to watch you grow from a young girl into a beautiful woman. To our sweet Danielle, your journey of being a bachelor girl has been long and the waiting is over. We are overwhelmed to greet you congratulations because you have reached this special day of your life. It is one of your dreams, your satisfaction of being a woman and letting you go into the arms of great and gentleman in the person of Erin. We pray that our beautiful Danielle and her husband Erin will be blessed from this moment on. I pray that you grow to be stronger woman and man, both individually and as partners, and that your lives together will always glorify God. And now, as you mark the start of this next chapter of your life, I wish you and your husband a life full of wonderful adventures that are wrapped in love. May you be blessed forever, anak ko. I am happy that we get to be part of this great day. Papa and I are so proud of you. God bless you always, and we love you. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Sorry.
So, if you would like, we can maybe, send you off. So the next part will get you to say your vows to each other. So if Teresa has the phone with the vows.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My phone as well.
Just making her work, you know.
Careful with the camera.
All right. So to start with, we're going to ask Erin if you would like to share your vows with Danielle, okay? Actually, if you're feeling brave, you could hold that.
You wanna hold this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hold it?
Okay.
Take it away.
This is it. I mean, this is really is it. We are really like getting married, or yeah, husband and wife. So lucky me. Um, remember when I told you that I'll marry you when I turn 30? Guess what? I'm now 30. Sadly, going 31 next month. Remember when I told you that I'll marry you when I will have this enough money? Guess what? I achieved it because of you. Remember how we dream about our future and thinking like it's never going to happen? But guess what? We're here now working overseas and building foundation for our future. It's amazing how we are just talking about it before and now it's happening. As they say, and I still believe, if you can dream it, you can have it. Now that we are married, or should I say like getting married, I promise to dream and to achieve those dreams with you. Today is a gift and tomorrow is still a mystery. And I'm excited for our future and I'm so happy I'll do it with you. I grew up without a mom. Unfortunately, she died when she gave birth to me. And I've read that boys who grew up without mother tends to be not easily infatuated with girls and doesn't know how to properly care for their uh, partner. But I beg to disagree. Um, because I've learned to love you more and care for you first before myself. I know my mom is happy right now, and mom, thank you for giving me Dana. Keep guiding us. And Dana, you always know how to adjust when things go bad. I really like you've improved your cooking skill, especially adobo and spaghetti. Please do keep pushing yourself until you will get your goal. Yeah, please do continue your exercises. The mighty palm push exercise that I don't. I have told you many times, but I really like your cute eyes. Especially now that you had your eyelashes implants.
John.
And as always, maintain your cute form factor. I will definitely make sure our children will need to take growth enhancer. Thank you. You really know how to surprise me. I mean, though I got you swept off your feet during your last birthday, and I mean previous birthday, and also the day when I proposed to you. Dana, I promise like to love you forever as long as you'll not be too grouchy or too grumpy. But I'll still find a way to calm you down and we'll sort out things. We always talk about how our day has been, and I'm so happy that we'll continue to do it. Me, as always, the positive thinker, and you are somewhat a little negative sometimes. So I think we match on making decisions. I know it will be a long journey. There will be ups and downs. But just remember, trust the process, believe in each other. We only have one life, and I'm so happy I'll be with you for the rest of it. Through thick and thin, through sunrise and sunsets, through hot and cold, through these coming days, months, and years. I will always love you and the family that we will have. I love you so much.
If you like, you can pop the phone just down behind the tussock here so that it's not in your phone, yeah, like that. And then Danielle, you can put your flowers down
Okay.
facing the lovely cameras there. Just here. Yeah. Awesome.
It's my turn.
All right.
It's my turn to shine. Um, wait. Erin, BB. As I stand here on our wedding day, I can't still believe that we're getting married, actually. My heart is overflowing with love for you. I still remember the first time we met. You know that I really had a crush on you since day one. And who would have thought that I'm gonna marry my first and definitely my last boyfriend? It's funny how we just mark a day to be our anniversary just to have a basis of our relationship. I liked every effort you make every anniversary, and not to mention the surprises you pull off. But you know that I'm good at surprise. I'm better at at surprises, right? We never had big fights, just petty ones. And the reason for not having a big one is because of you. I know that you try to understand me in every argument we had. The only struggle that we've encountered through 7 years of being together was being miles apart. But there was never a chance that you made me feel that it's difficult to be in a long distance relationship. And I'm so grateful and blessed to have you in my life and to try new experiences with you in this beautiful country that we are in right now. Although our family and loved ones are not with us, joining us today on our special day, I know that they are so much happy for the both of us, especially your mom. I know she's watching us right now in heaven. I know she is so much proud of what you have become also. I thank God for giving you to me. I thank Him for giving me the nicest boyfriend ever. Because every time at the peak of my anger, you always calm me down. And I thank you for coming into my life. I love you always. I love how you always you try to cheer me up whenever I'm down. I appreciate how you always say I'm beautiful even on my ugliest. Thank you for always appreciating the foods I cook, the pastries I bake, even though I'm not good on either one of them, and always say that it's the best food you've ever tasted. Thank you for eating pasta and sweet foods like lollies, chocolates that I make, even though I know you're not a sweet tooth and not fond of eating those. You just eat them because you know it's my favorite. Thank you for always making me as your model in every photo you take. I may not always say this because I always give critiques on your editing skills, but you're the best photographer ever. No offense to photographers that are here. I promise to love you and even when I promise to love you even when you are in your 70s and still plays computer games such as Dota. I promise to pretend I'm interested in your latest gadgets and shoe obsessions. I promise to tolerate you when you're playing Dota in the middle of the night, even when I'm morning shift the following day. I promise to always say I love you and kiss you goodnight and whenever I'm off to work. I promise to be patient when you choose whatever item you buy in store because we know it will take you ages to decide. and I promise to be always at your side. I just want you to know that you're the funniest guy I have ever met, and I always enjoyed your company, and I'm so excited to be by your side, holding hands and loving you forever. My best friend, my first and last boyfriend, my cheerleader, my shock absorber, my favorite person, and my soulmate. I love you so much.
Love you. All right, well done.
Thank you.
If you'd like to, I'll put your phone down there as well, just so that you're not holding it. Awesome. And Teresa, if we could have the rings, please. Okay. All right. Look what you did to your poor sister. So if you'd just like to take the rings out of the box and then hand the box back. Yeah.
Why are you crying? Your makeup.
So if you take Erin's, yep, that's the one. Thank you very much. All right, so you may have heard before, if you've been to a few weddings, a celebrant will often talk about how your wedding rings are a perfect circle, which symbolize your eternal love with no beginning and no end. And while that may be the case, they are, after all, only a little piece of jewelry. So when you look at them, think simpler than that. Just let it be a reminder of everything that the two of you have to be grateful for. You have an incredible, loving best friend and now soon-to-be husband and wife. You have amazing families and friends behind you all the way. And you have the rest of your days to spend making the absolute most of that. So with that in mind, Erin, would you please take Danielle's hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I bind my life to yours.
I'll bind my life to yours.
As your lover, best friend, and husband.
As your lover, best friend, and husband.
From this day.
From this day.
And for the rest of my days.
And for the rest of my days.
Well done, mate. You may put the ring on your finger. Give it a wiggle. It'll fit.
It will fit. It will definitely.
It fits.
There you go.
There.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right. Danielle, please take Erin's hand and repeat after me. You can put the flower down if you like.
I'll hold it.
Awesome.
Oh.
Perfect. With this ring,
I
bind my life to yours.
I bind my life to yours.
As your lover, best friend, and wife.
As your lover, best friend, and wife.
From this day.
From this day.
And for the rest of my days.
And for the rest of my days.
Well done. You may put the ring on his finger. There you go. That's much better. All right. Hold each other's hands. Feel those new rings on your fingers. You're almost married. Together from this day, you know that you're going to keep growing and changing to be the best versions of yourselves, whether that's for you or for each other. As you navigate whatever the future holds, you will keep one another strong and make one another smile every day. Whether that's because of Erin and his corny jokes, or the both of you picking fun at one another. Remember to make an effort to laugh, because really laughter is the best medicine. There will inevitably be challenges ahead, but you know full well that you can overcome them as long as you stick together. You've faced hardships before, so when things do seem difficult, take a moment to reflect, much like you have today, and it will put everything into perspective. When the time comes, you'll have your own home and no doubt expand your own little family. And when that happens, you both know that you have more than enough love between the two of you to make everyone feel safe and secure, and you will make truly amazing parents. If I may lend one small piece of advice before I send you off into the world as husband and wife, it is this, and that is to never underestimate the power of your friends and family. As much as this marriage is about the two of you, you don't forget the wonderful people that you have behind you along the way. Things are going to get tough, so when you need a hand, don't be afraid to reach out to your friends and family for support. So, with love in your heart and with your future in mind, I have this one last question for each of you. Jan, Erin, Puntilan, Benitez, do you take this woman, Danielle, Lorianne, and Bacau Corpus, to be your lovingly wedded wife, to love, honor, and respect her as your equal, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right. And do you, Danielle, Lorianne, and Bacau Corpus, take this man, Jan, Erin, Puntilan, Benitez, to be your lovingly wedded husband, to love, honor and respect him as your equal, so long as you both shall live.
I do.
Well then, it is with great excitement that I may now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Thank you. Congrats. Thank you.
All right, take it in. How does it feel? The same?
Same. So glad.
You are now Dana Benitez.
Dana B. Cardi B.